typically how it goes. Welcome to Dungeons and Discord. I'm your DM Falcon, and my players I will introduce in just a moment. Whew, it has been a time. Today we are, well, as you may be able to tell from the name of the stream, going to go someplace not so nice, shall I say. Let's kick in that royalty-free, I guess, tabletop audio music. Shout out to Tabletop Audio, by the way. Incredible little program. Used by me to play music since iTunes is a failure. Worst company ever. That's Twitter. Throwing out some hot opinions today. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my players in.
Shanty.
Alright. We are in. It's been 100 for 10 minutes, huh, JD? Alright, we're missing JD still due to that update. I'll go ahead and make a tweet about this.
A twit?
You're a twit.
Shut up, bird.
Wow, rude.
That was just right in there, huh?
Just right in the feelings. Ouch.
Yeah, really. Jeez.
I don't mean it. Just
And
joking.
Skylark's gone.
Excuse me.
I can't. I've figured out why I can't type a backslash on Twitter.
Is it because you suck?
No, it's because every time I try, it resets my keyboard. Because it's trying to... It changes it. Because it's trying to put the default link to Twitch instead of Twitch/my channel. So it's not my fault.
So
Yeah, let's go with that.
Hey. Alrighty. Oh, failed to send tweet, huh? It's pretty typical. That's pretty much par of the course for Twitter.
It's 140 characters. It can't be that hard.
Clearly it can be.
Twitter is only 7% robots anyway, so.
Nope. Failed. Just like last week. Well, I guess it's just not gonna let me do that. Cool.
You could log into it on your other machine, the browser.
It's possible. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just do it manually like a caveman.
Like a loser.
Like a loser.
So of course the cavemen had Twitter. That's how they let each other know about where the woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers and whatnot were.
Listen. I'm just trying to rag on Twitter here. You don't need to rag on me
Yeah.
while I'm in the middle of it.
Sorry.
I mean, we can though, and that's the fun part.
Yeah, but, like,
Maybe it's a good thing they didn't have Twitter, or no. Maybe it's a good thing they didn't have Twitter, or nobody would have heard about fire, because all the tweets would have failed to send. Is that better?
I've heard better.
Should probably stop poking the DM. My character will meet some horrible fate.
No, I think if the cavemen had Twitter, they would just fly off before the message got delivered.
We're trying real hard, but I don't get it.
Birds.
Birds.
Yeah.
They fly.
Yeah.
If the
Birds.
Flintstones were made today,
And
they would
you
have
give a
little
bird a
birds
message,
for Twitter.
they'll fly?
Huh. I guess. Oh, looks like we've got JD in. Alright.
Hey!
Now we can
Come on.
start.
I'm just
Oh,
picturing
I'm
like the Flintstones Twitter, whole bunch of little blue birds
JD, you here?
that carry short messages.
JD.
JD, please, we miss you. I miss you.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, unmute yourself, or put it on push to talk instead of voice activity. Oh, Lord.
Ah, jeez. Ah, dearie, jeez.
I don't know what you're quoting, but I get the feeling I hate it.
I'm not quoting anything.
No. Can confirm that is not quoting anything.
So good.
I'm just being silly.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and...
You gotta have a day like that.
What? Who was that?
Alright. We're in the
Who's
we're in
JD?
the
Oh,
mine.
JD's actually here? Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what's going on.
Excuse you.
Last you left
Rip.
off, we left off, you guys, the party, were in the mines beneath Silverhill.
Wine.
I'm in the middle of an intro right now? I'm trying to
Sorry.
recap for you.
Sorry.
I just want to point out it's not me.
Yeah, for once.
I blame the sleep deprivation.
Good lord. Okay. You were in the mines underneath Silverhill, Mir's hometown. You had been summoned there by Liana Einvoli, the mayor of Silverhill, and she was asking you for help finding the source of a ghost problem in the mines. You went down there, you discovered a banshee-like creature, which you avoided the first time round, did some investigating, and then came back and fought it. It was a tough thing to beat, but you managed it, and you did discover a couple of things that I don't think all of you all heard, so I'm going to go ahead and relate them here, and also the chat doesn't know them either. After the Banshee fight, you guys tried to leave the mines, only to find that the doors were not openable, and upon breaking them, you found that the hallway on the other side had been walled off or something, and you are now trapped within the mines.
Oh dear.
Additionally, you guys looked around, you took some time. You checked out where the banshee creature had been, and it was a small room with what appeared to be burial mounds and a single stone tablet that read, "You will not be forgotten," in a language that you discerned was Sylvan. Additionally, you guys went back, you looked at the wards in front of that secret room that you found, and you were able to figure out that the wards were binding runes or ward runes against the passage of Fae specifically. So those are a couple of things that you learned after the session had ended, and you could do what you want with that information, and we are now in the world.
By the way, I just enjoy how in that recap we said that our first encounter with the Banshee, we avoided it. Not, we ran for our lives.
You know,
Details.
Pesky nuance, that thing, details.
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna go back down into the mines.
Alright.
I vote we make some form of camp first, only because I'm really low on spells.
we got sleep. We gotta sleep.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and take a long rest here, it's fine. Oh, I
Nice
forgot to
thought.
mention in the recap that you guys have been watched by a bunch of disembodied hands this whole time.
Yeah,
With
creeper hands.
eyeballs.
With eyes in them.
You really gotta hand it to them. They're pretty spooky.
Listen, you made that joke last week?
I don't care.
And the week before that.
Probably.
It's a shame they don't have proper faces. They can't really face palm.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why you're laying
They're
the
all
finger
just
of blame
palm.
on me here. I'm innocent.
Uh-huh. No, you're not. Okay, so yeah, you guys can go ahead and take a long rest.
That was very nice.
I think
Sorry, what was that, JD? JD, what was that?
JD?
Yep, I lost.
JD, don't die on us. Oh, JD died on us.
Care to repeat? Oh my god. Alright, try again.
I just said we should rest.
What?
Wow. Shit. JD said we should rest.
Okay. Alright, yeah, you guys can go ahead and take... Hilariously, you interrupted me in the middle of saying you guys can go ahead and take a long rest. So, that 2 minutes was
Nailed it.
pointless. Oh, you're just... Please stop.
Guess
Oh,
we,
no.
set up camp.
Mm-hmm.
Mir pulls out her little tent.
Yeah. Tents, bedrolls, etc.
Mir's also just because all this undead and stuff and being sealed in the mines is making her a little nervous. She, like, sets up sort of her best go at sort of a protection rune kind of thing, or at least in spirit. Like, she draws a circle with a bit of blue chalk and, like, puts her little sun and moon stones on it. And just says a little prayer that, we not get eaten by anything in the night. Or possessed.
Okay. Awesome.
And I guess we take turns on watch.
Yeah, sure.
Mir sits up with her crochet needle, crocheting a bit for her watch. With a mace at hand as well.
Okay. So you're taking first?
I can kind of... Can I kind of assist on every watch just because, Temp doesn't really need to technically sleep? I mean, I'm meditating, but...
You're gonna have to not be in one of them at least.
Okay. I guess I won't be in first watch then, and I'll take every other watch.
Alright. So, Mir, you're watching alone?
I guess.
Does someone want to join me? Because if not, I'll join.
I'll do it.
Okay. So, Zakrau and Mir, first watch. Who's second?
Temp.
Temp and Braum. Okay. And third?
Temp and Braum, my favorite couple.
I guess I'll
Zach
be...
Darwin?
Excuse me.
I'll be third. I was trying to say I was second, but the third will be fine.
Okay. So, Temp and Minato for third?
No. Listen, you little shit. I'll have you know, Temp is very happy with his current relationship status. You can fight me.
That was
Alright.
legitimately a vocal typo. Like, I didn't even mean to say that.
You are very, very fuzzy. To hear.
Is that some kind of pun on your tabaxi? How dare
No.
you?
No, I was saying your mic isn't clear.
Although, if you're gonna get all ferocious about it,
I'll hand that one to
who
ya.
knows?
Yep. Okay, yeah, you guys can go ahead. You guys, you take the designated watches. You do not notice any sort of disturbances during your rest period. You don't know if it's day or night at this point. I don't think.
Oh well.
Also because I don't remember. What?
Nothing.
So, okay. When you finally, when you finish up your rests, you guys can go ahead and restore hit points, spell slots, everything. Now what would you like to do?
Yay!
Let's go.
Mir would like to do a divination. Ask her gods what the hell.
Okay. Explain to me what I'm doing with that.
Let me just double check the rules on what I can ask.
Oh yeah, we should probably get time. He has battery
What?
vision.
What?
You are a
Something
robot
about-
voice something fierce.
Oops.
Yeah, I can't understand a word you're saying.
You went super robo on us.
Check in with Temp. Why? What does that mean? He's right there. Ask him.
Wait, I am? I'm right here? Oh, shit.
Okay, so I can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. So I'm gonna set up my little ritual space, my little stones, and my incense worth 25 gold pieces. So that's that's material component. Mir makes her prayer to her gods. She's like, so we fought this banshee and it seems like there's something going on down here, and our first instinct is to go back up to the surface and ask, but now we're blocked off. So I guess I'm looking for some guidance of do we try to break down this wall and head back to the city? Is there something happening there, or should we go down further into the mines and look at that path that leads towards Lothran that we not explore? I feel like being tugged in two directions, and I'm seeking your advice on this.
Okay. You go ahead. You set up this ritual. You do your little prayer, and you kind of kneel there for a moment, just waiting. And then between one blink and the next, you are suddenly kneeling on cold, sort of wet grass, in the middle of the night, and you can see above you there is a full moon shining, and it's got these brilliant beams of light that are lancing directly downwards into the ground. You can see them. You can actually see you're standing, or I guess you're kneeling on the grass outside of Silverhill, looking towards the mountains, and you can see it's illuminating the hillsides and these dark sort of cave openings in the hillsides. And then slowly, that image fades.
So the light was illuminating away from Silverhill, up in the mountains and caves. I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch the end of that, or I'm not. You said that the moonlight was not over Silverhill; it was pointing.
It was
towards,
shining
like,
over the mountains, over the cave entrances in the mountains, downwards, lancing down into the ground.
Okay. So, Mir comes out of her little trance. So, I think we should go deeper? I think that's what Zoom was trying to say there. And I do have to admit I'm somewhat curious where that tunnel leads. Prom, I can't remember, did you determine whether this wall was man-made or magic or something?
I think it was natural, like just carved.
The stone wall that popped up? That was not here when we went into the mines?
Maybe was this something that resolved last week or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
this was last week, so.
You guys ended the session. You found the doorway leading out had been blocked by. It was just, you opened the door and there was just rock, which is not normal since you came in that way.
Or so we think.
What? No, you definitely came in that way.
Or so we think.
Or
Dun,
so
dun,
we
dun.
think. I mean, for all we know, it could have been a magical door switch, and now the door goes to nothing.
Sure.
Maybe it's the magic card door to
I
nothing.
mean, I don't know.
I do.
That makes one of
I'm
us.
asking Brom to look at the rocks, like, you know,
I'll look at the
make
rocks.
use of his
Okay.
dwarven rock knowledge and tell us, does this look normal or like magic shit? Namely, was this a cave-in or did someone, like, wall of stone us in?
You can use investigation or perception, whichever you want.
Alright.
Good lord.
I don't know what that was, but don't sign me the fuck up, please.
Hold on, I dropped my d20.
Whenever you make a roll.
Sorry, found it.
Sorry. Okay. You were looking for a die?
He dropped his d20.
Gotcha.
Speaking of which, I should break mine out.
Yeah, man, we're playing D&D. 15? Well, it's probably magical given that it was not here and now it is. And you can't detect any sort of seams or breaks in the rock where it could have been sort of put together in bricks or blocks by normal means. In fact, it looks like it was naturally raised from the ground. Looks like the carving ends here. It's really weird.
Does it look like the stone can be worked? Or...
It is just raw stone.
So what do you think we should do? Should we try to carve our way through? What should we, what do you think?
Well, I mean, when I asked my gods, they sort of seemed to be encouraging going deeper and investigating that, the cave. Out of character last session, we crossed that underground lake, we found some caves, we were headed down deep to these caverns, and at some point, we were like, this goes a lot further than we thought. We should come back later when we're better prepared and after we've dealt with the Banshee. This is also apparently not what the DM is expecting us to do.
Yeah, you guys went down halfway and then turned around and went back. And I was like, oh, alright. But you unfortunately are now trapped.
Well, I guess we have to
That's
go
right.
deeper then.
Yeah, that's the way we have not explored. Might as well go look.
Alright.
You think I'm trapped in here with you, but in actuality, you're trapped in here with me.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can go ahead, back down through the mines into the caverns. I'm not gonna make you make another series of checks to get across the lake. You've done it once. You've done it twice before. You're fine. You head through the water-filled cavern. You go through some of the less interesting caves, past all the mushrooms, down that one 15-foot drop again. All the while, very aware that you are following the path of something. Because the ground... You were following a path where the ground has been smoothed by some sort of magic. And you can tell. It's different from the rest of the cavern. And again, it is the path carved by whatever directly avoided those veins of iron in the rock.
Spooky.
The further you go, the more the two of you trained in religion, the more you begin to feel this sort of heaviness in the air. This kind of thick feeling. It's almost like you can taste sort of a nasty taste on your tongue. And it's just something is wrong, and the further you go, the worse it feels.
The moment that we hit the cavern with the fungi again,
Mm-hmm.
Temp
Minato's
does not
gonna put her
want-
mask back on.
Okay. Put your
Mir
mask back on.
also has popped on her mask.
Temp never took his mask off.
For clarification, Shanti, this cavern is filled with mushrooms, but if you go too close to them, they'll puff at you, and if you breathe in the spores, you might take poison damage. However, you're
And if you try and stick
resistant
your
to poison
face in
damage,
it like
so I don't think it
Sakura
matters.
did,
It smelled good.
Did it,
It
pal?
smelled like poison.
It smelled like poison.
delicious,
It looked
delicious
like
poison.
death. Crippling depression. Wait, no, that's just me. Never mind.
That's not just you.
Mir also pulls out her holy symbol for comfort with this weird feeling.
Okay.
Pulls
Okay.
her cloak a little tighter around her.
Yeah, you guys can. You keep going. You keep going. Let's see. Nothing specifically interesting in my notes here. Yeah, you just get
Why don't you
this.
just read them to us?
No, I'm not gonna do that. My God, what do you think I am? Some kind of amateur? I am. I'm an amateur god. Okay. Yeah, you guys, you just keep going, and this very strange, sort of sticky feeling in the air, it just gets stronger and stronger, and
Yeah,
after
not one.
after some time, the rest of you begin to feel it as well. And you start to notice there are these little wisps of black mist that rise from the rock. I think I mentioned this last session, but
No,
oh,
you did
I
not.
didn't? Oh. Yeah,
No.
these little wisps of black mist. They're very just floating over the ground, just very, very lightly.
Can we tell what these are?
Roll. Roll religion.
Oh, that was awful. 7.
This is some kind of magic, and it tastes really bad, and it's possibly necrotic magic. That's all you can really get.
No.
Give me-
Is it possible for Minato to check it out?
Roll Arcana with disadvantage.
Can I look?
That is
Sure, Zachary.
Brain work, please. 12.
You're not sure exactly what this is, no. It's some type of nasty sort of magic. And you don't know where it's coming from or what its purpose is. But it feels really bad.
Spooky.
Alright. I want to check as well.
Okay.
Minato kind of just rubs herself, trying to like make sure nothing sticks to her.
Yeah, sticky's nasty. What check is this?
Arcana.
Arcana.
17.
Again, you pretty much learned the same thing everyone else did. It's a nasty magic.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like necromancy, but it's vaster somehow.
Someone's been romancing necks around here again. Gosh darn it.
I didn't even hear that.
I said someone's been romancing necks around here again. Gosh darn it.
You asked.
Yeah, I shouldn't have.
No, you shouldn't have.
So you guys can go ahead and you keep going.
Yeah, Mirror, like, casts light specifically on her holy symbol and kind of holds that aloft as we go along, trying to
Okay.
dissipate the shadows some.
Sure. It doesn't seem to have any sort of effect. As you go, this mist gets thicker, and you're wading through these little eddies of black mist that rise from the ground. Two people are typing. It's completely unrelated. All right. So you guys progress through these almost endless caverns. It's monotonous, and it is extremely dull because you're not even in caverns half the time. You're just going straight through this rock in this tunnel. But after several hours, for certain, probably about 6, honestly, 6 hours of travel, you find the end of this path, and you find yourselves in a cavern. This is another cavern, and you can see it's got this big, deep pool of water in it, and you can see there is a sort of a shaft of very dim light filtering down from above, and you can hear the sound of the wind, and there's a rope hanging down through this shaft, and at the end of the rope there is a bucket.
I guess we found a well?
And how much water is there at the bottom?
A significant amount. Hey, can you guys negotiate the sale of a Spelljammer set later? Instead of in the middle of game?
I don't know, that's pretty important.
Like, guys, come on.
How far up does it look like the shaft is?
The shaft is about 20 feet above the water. And then it's too narrow for you to see the sky from your angle.
And does the caverns end here, or do they continue past?
And
Alright.
Is there anything around that we can use as a flotation device over there?
doesn't look like it.
Mir pulls a small stone out of her bag of holding if there isn't stones around. Just toss one into the water.
Okay. Plop.
Minato picks up another stone. Can you cast light on this one?
Okay.
And then she proceeds to chuck it as far into the water as she can.
Yeah, you throw it across about halfway across this little pond. It sinks into the water beneath where the bucket is hanging, and you see it drift down like a decent distance down, about 15 to 20 feet or so down before coming to rest at the bottom of this pool of water.
Any shadows passing by the light? Because I know I probably can't see details.
Doesn't seem to be, no. Just looks like it's just there.
Does it look... The rock walls, do they look climbable at all, or...?
They're fairly smooth, but, anything with a climb speed can climb them. That would be easy enough.
Zachro. You could also try maybe, like, firing an arrow with a rope attached up to the shaft.
Okay.
I don't know how sturdy that would be.
Minato and Mir, the two of you do note a small figure clinging to the stone wall. Just an itty bitty little. It's another hand.
Okay, I was
Magic
going to say
missile.
like how small are we talking? Halfling or okay? It's another hand.
Eldritch Blast.
Fun.
You're gonna Eldritch
Magic
Blast
missile.
it? And
Magic. Yes.
what do you got against these hands?
What?
What don't we have against them?
They're creepy, I
What
think.
faces?
I'm just picturing this. Mir's like, hey, look, I think I seen it there. Yep. You saw it.
Natural 20 to hit.
I mean,
don't
that
think
Oh
it's
hits.
getting
my
away.
goodness.
I don't think it's getting away. That is a grand total of 12 damage.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
blast this little hand and it falls off the wall and plops into the water and sinks.
I don't know why I was so enthusiastic about that.
I don't either.
Nor
Just
I.
magic missile. Magic missile.
I do
You
not
magic
understand.
missile. You can't even cast it.
I wish I could, so I could cast it at the darkness.
How did I know that was gonna be?
Hmm.
Because it's sketchy. That's how.
Because that's the joke.
So what are you doing?
Did the hand look like it sank like all the way to the bottom?
Yeah.
Or like how far? Okay.
It's down there now.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
No, it's
Just
actually
here.
down.
Knowing Mir's
Can you stop screaming for a minute, please?
knowing Mir's swimming ability, would she be able to go retrieve it?
If you want to, you can give it a try.
I think I might want to try.
Okay.
Minato's gonna stop Mir for a second, tie a rope around her waist, and then let her go.
Okay. I can swim, you know. I grew up by the sea.
Okay.
It's just a
That's not what I'm worried about.
fair point. Okay.
All right. Yeah,
He
go ahead
goes
and
in and-
do an athletics check.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
No.
Same roll, different die. 7.
It's a still
I'd
pool
like
of
to have
water. It's
something
not
other
that
than a
hard.
5.
You can go ahead and swim on down.
Great.
It's not difficult or anything. You do breathe in a little bit of water on accident, which you didn't plan on doing. But you do manage to kick your way down, grab the hand, and pop back up to the surface.
Mir spits some water and then starts paddling her way back.
Mhm.
Keeping an eye out for anything in the water.
Doesn't seem to be anything.
Okay. I stick it in a sack with the other hand in the bag of holding.
Okay.
For A, later investigation, and B, so we don't pollute someone's well water.
All right. What else would you like to do? I'm not the ones in this world. You are.
So, do we want to have? I was thinking maybe. Okay. This may be too. I may be overthinking this, but I'm thinking we tie a rope to an arrow. We fire it up there. We have Zakro like climb up and make sure it's secure. Maybe put in a piton or something if we need it. And then we can climb up and see if we can get to the shaft.
Why don't we take that idea, shoot the bucket, pull the rope over, and tie it off better, and then use that to go up?
Okay, that works too. I'm gonna try and like tie the rope around the middle of the arrow and like shoot it through the handle so I can then pull it back like with the arrow crosswise, kind of. That makes sense?
The handle of the bucket?
Yes.
Okay. You can try.
So thread the needle and hope that the arrow is sidelong and catches on the handle of the bucket.
Am I rolling just like a normal longbow?
Yeah,
shot?
roll an attack.
22.
Yeah, you pull back the arrow, you kind of sight down it, and you let it fly, and it goes exactly where you want it to. Zips right through the handle. However, the bucket does then detach from the handle and fall into the water.
Oops. I'll just reel in the bucket. Going, whoops.
It
oops,
is
Oops, oops.
it is on the verge of falling apart. It is old and decaying.
Oh.
Whoops. Good attempt.
Do we think that rope's gonna be any better? If
Probably not.
the bucket is worn out like this? I
Smart
guess
party
we,
using their think boxes.
go back to the previous plan. Try shooting an arrow. Perhaps Sakura wants to go up and make sure it's secure once I get it shot.
Happy to.
All right.
Alright. Gonna aim
I pull.
up toward where the shaft is.
Okay. You can see from your angle. You can see the bottom of this sort of open shaft in the rock. You cannot see out the top of it from your
Right.
angle.
I was just gonna kind of shoot at just below where the, like, basically just into the wall of the shaft from the edge that I could see.
You're gonna shoot an arrow into the
That's it.
rock.
I'm gonna try.
You can try.
21.
I mean, you hit. You hit the spot you're aiming for, but it is rock, and your arrow does not stick into it. It bounces off, clatters. Actually, splashes in the pond, and you can reel it back in.
And I'm trying to get my spell list to come up. It's like taking its sweet time.
Don't you have it on the app?
Bum, bum, bum.
Uh,
Mir continues to rattle off odd little swear words as she reels in the
Minato looks at
arrow.
the cat, takes a deep breath, exhales, and goes, "You may just want to cast fly on me."
Okay, if you're comfortable.
Not really, but
Would you prefer she cast it on, or would you prefer he cast it on me?
do you feel comfortable tying off a rope?
Sure.
Hands her a hammer and 3 pittons and her rope.
Okay.
All right.
Secure him and face Sakura. Okay.
Minato's obviously relieved.
Oh, poor thing. I cast fly on Mir.
Okay. Does fly only target one creature?
I go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Alright. Yeah, you scoot yourself out over the pond, and up the shaft of light. And, as you emerge out the top of it, you see that it is covered over by a very shabby, wooden, shingled sort of well cover. Pretty typical, but it's decaying. And you look around, and you are in a city. Or at least, the ruins of one. You find yourself in a town square, dirty cobblestone surrounding a well, which you've just emerged from. You can see decrepit buildings and piles of rubble, where houses and storefronts once stood. It is eerily silent, and the air smells like dust and the cloying, almost unbearable scent of old death. The buildings are haunted and empty, shuttered windows revealing only shadows inside where once there were homes. The sky here even reflects the darkness of this place. The clouds hang low and heavy, but bone dry. Welcome to Lothran, the city of the dead.
Fun place. Mir goes to secure the rope. Is there a
Sure.
good place to hammer in pittons or something to tie it around, or both?
You can just hammer into the cobblestones if you want.
Keeps peering around as so I'm sure it sounds very loud in a quiet city. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it echoes. You can hear it sort of bouncing through the empty streets.
Well, that's not the sound of it bouncing.
And far away you hear somebody's sending stone go off. Shit, they say.
Do they pick it up and say, "You're going through a tunnel"?
No, because you're not
Can
anymore.
you hear me now?
Responsible for that. I ain't even mad. I can't be mad. That's so good.
That was too good.
That was very good. So, okay, so you go ahead and hammer this
Samira.
in. Roll a sleight of hand for the knot.
I
Alright.
ain't even mad.
Take a roll.
Hmm?
Give you a pretty good roll if you want.
Mir's got a dex of 20. I think
Um,
she's got it.
Okay, I'm not worried.
I mean, if I roll like that, maybe we should be. 9.
That just means that if anybody wants to untie, the DC's 9.
Okay.
It's tied.
Why do I
It's
keep
secure enough,
rolling
yeah.
so low? I'm using different dice every time. What the hell?
So, you have a rope that dangles down, a secure rope that dangles down into the center of the well cavern.
I'll call down that I secured the rope.
Alright.
And I'm gonna like stay toward the top of the rope, make sure nothing unties it or breaks it, and just sort of keep an eye out with my little light.
Okay. It is, you can't tell the time of day because you can't see the sun. It's too clouded over here. But it is daytime. So, it's easy enough to see.
I make a little prayer to Ayla for protection.
Alright.
It is the daytime.
Noted.
Make a prayer to my sun goddess.
So, who's going up? And how?
If the rope is down, Minato's going to swim out, I guess, and climb up the rope.
Okay, roll athletics.
Which Zakro can probably just climb the walls and shimmy on up.
Yeah.
Actually, athletics wasn't too bad. A +1, that's an 18.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you splish splash your way out there, grab hold of the rope, and climb on up. It's not as hard as he thought it would be. And you come out and see much the same thing as Mir. You see this dusty, dead city.
Lively.
I don't like this place.
It's a real creep.
Zakra, Brahm, and Temp, you guys are still down. There, unless
I'm
Zakra, you climb
No.
out? Okay.
I'm going.
You turn around, because you turn around to be like, hey, Zakra, can you, and he's like halfway up the wall. Yeah,
Casually.
Oh,
Oh, alright, well, okay. He just climbs on out.
well then.
Brahm
Minato's
climbs
Cats,
trying
man.
to
Cats.
tie herself off.
Okay, I'm not even gonna make you roll
That's
athletics for
my
swimming, because you have the drift breaker, so
Thing.
you can just get on out there. Roll to climb the rope, though.
Okay.
Make a rope check.
$13.
It's good enough. Yeah, you climb on up. Temp?
I guess I'm gonna get to climbing. I'm gonna need athletics, you said, or?
Yeah.
Get to getting.
That's a 19.
No trouble for you. All of you successfully make your way up out of the well into the town square. The city watches. Indeed it does. Hello, Flebby. Alright. So, what would you like to do now? The day is yours.
Hello?
A nice good cry.
Your voice echoes in emptiness.
Keep your voice down.
Right. Yeah, like, kind of pulls up her cloak and looks a little.
Minato turns to Zakro. Can you dry me off, please?
Sure. Prestidigitation.
Sure.
Much appreciated. And then
Anytime.
looks around looking for
Mir shakes a little moisture out of her feathers.
Prestidigitation.
Oh, toasty.
Minato looks around trying to see if she can spot any creepy crawlies watching them.
Roll perception.
What is my perception? That is a 17.
You don't. You do a quick glance around the square, and you don't see any hands scuttling about.
Okay. She draws her dagger, and so now where?
I think we should proceed forward.
You notice that the ground here is letting off those wisps of mist as well.
Two questions.
Stay
One
out of those.
is there any particular direction the mist seems thicker, and which direction is Silverhill from here?
From Lothran, Silverhill is to the south. You know that. And as far as you can tell, the mist is just everywhere.
I'm sort of wishing I'd asked my gods what now. I guess can I roll some kind of like history check to see if do I know anything of Lothran, or like any important landmarks or buildings that used to be here?
You've never been to Lothran, obviously. This is
Right.
anybody who does go in does not return.
I was wondering if like I knew of any history from when it was a city, if there were like any famous landmarks or any particular tales about it that might give us a clue where to go.
Roll history with disadvantage.
Can I also point out the fact that we suspected the trader's founder?
Or it
Mm,
would have been an unnatural 20, but disadvantage. So 4.
yeah. Nowhere have you been taught any of Lothran's landmarks. No one knows them.
Okay.
You can fly those, so why don't you fly up and look around?
Oh, is that still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concentration for an hour, I believe.
Floop, 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 floop. Up I go.
All right. You jet upwards into the air, and you get a good look at the layout of the city. You can see a relatively methodical gridwork of streets. You can spot one very large, you can see, well, not one, but several very large mansions that are in various states of disrepair. You can spot where a small river has trickled through the streets and kind of flooded a part of the city. And you can spot in the distance what looks to be maybe a theater of some type. Near it you spot as well sort of an outdoor arena. Just you get a very good idea of what the city looks like. You guys probably won't have trouble navigating here.
Okay. Well, I guess at least with a good structure, it should be easy to search if we end up having to search a lot of it. So the main question is, what are we looking for here? Looking for source of what happened to Lothran, or are we just looking for a way out?
That's up to you.
Yes, to all.
Minato, this time you do spot the hand as it scuttles around and disappears around the edge of a building.
Do I know which direction it went?
Vaguely northwest.
I make a note of it.
Okay.
And wait for Mir to return.
Mir comes down and lets you know about the theater, the arena.
Yeah, there's
The
a
general
theater and
grid
an
structure
arena.
of the-
There's you did see one larger marketplace square, and a couple of mansions.
So I fill everybody in.
Any of those mansions in the direction of the hand?
Not really, no.
Okay.
So it's my higher level spell, but I can cast locate creature.
What are we locating?
Creature.
I mean, It would work on the hands in general, or do we need to know where a specific one is?
I would say don't yet.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out that well.
Okay.
It's a 4th level spell anyways, and you'd use divination.
That was a ritual, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem then. I think it has to be a creature you're familiar with.
Okay. So it does say the spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind. As long as you've seen such a creature up close within 30 feet at least once. And we do have 2 dead ones, but I don't know whether different kinds count differently or what.
Yeah, you could probably use locate creature.
We'll take a look around first, but we'll have that as an option.
Okay.
Should we just start checking out random houses, or try one of the big landmarks?
You said the sky's too cloudy to see the sun, but can we at least tell if it's by the light level around what time of day it is, whether it's high noon or closer to the other end of the spectrum?
You
Hope you know my
can't
brain just went, it's high noon.
You
That's-
know that it's not
Yeah,
morning or evening.
Whistle was.
It is somewhere between late morning and late afternoon. That's as close as
Okay.
you can get.
We don't have very
Let's
long.
try and look for... Maybe let's try and find some evidence of the founder who came here. Like, maybe try the city centers or one of the bigger houses.
Okay.
I would think
It's a good place to start,
one
is
of
it?
the lavish manners would be the way to go.
All right.
I guess we set off for the nearest one.
All right. Those are to almost directly to your west. To your west? Yes. Almost directly to the west. You go ahead and sort of go off in that direction. Let's see. Ooh. They did very badly. You do spot a couple of hands following you. One of which actually falls off of a building, panics, and runs underneath a garbage can.
Nailed it.
Magic missile.
Minato
Okay.
just walks
And again?
along. Minato just walks along, pointing them out as we go along, not even bothering blasting them anymore.
Rolled a hit, JD.
It's magic missile.
Yeah, magic
Oh,
missed
right.
a lot of hits though.
Well, damage then.
Well,
It slams into the garbage can, and you see this thing manage to sort of crawl out from underneath it before it just slumps down to the ground.
I'd like to investigate the remains.
So Zachariah trashed it.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, you can go on over and take a look at it. This one is, looks like, it's this sort of pale, slender, fingered hand. Might be an ice elf.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, the one that I picked up out of the well, what did that one look like?
Very, very small. Probably halfling. The deep brown eye in this hand doesn't seem to match it.
Has anyone ever seen this kind of magic or necromancy or anything before?
It's very definitely necromancy. Yeah, you guys did a couple of knowledge checks on it last session and determined it was a sort of a variant off of the somewhat popular Crawling Claw, which is a necromantic servant that can be created from a dead person's hand.
Creep out.
I guess we continue on.
All right.
Just watching these creepy ass hands following us.
Yeah, the other one skedaddled, by the way, and it has since disappeared.
Oh no.
You guys
Well,
managed
considering
to...
what happened to his friend, I wouldn't blame it.
You progress through the streets and you make your way to these very large, dilapidated mansion houses. They are surrounded by wrought iron gates. They are very, very fancy. You can see sort of these ornate decorations around the doors and windows. Beautiful black shingles on the roofs that are now falling off in the gutters. And the doors on pretty much all of them are either gone or ajar.
But they all look more or less relatively the same.
With minor differences, they're all very pompous, fancy houses. There's 4 of them.
Yeah. Which one has the most wrought iron?
There is one that is sort of in the northwestern corner that has double the fencing of the rest of them.
I
Oh
say we
boy.
go for that one first.
Mir starts going, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a Goliath by his toe. If he
Don't do that.
hollers, you should go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
And Minato
Trust me, you don't want to do that.
and turns it towards the one that has the double fences.
You do notice that there is a hole ripped in that fence where part of it has been wrenched out of the ground and hurled, and you do see that embedded in a building across the street.
I think that's the way we need to go.
Do I know what did the ripping?
No.
Hmm.
Minato starts walking towards, or sneaking in to
Okay.
the mansion.
Roll stealth.
That is 14 plus 9, which is
23.
23.
Okay.
Mir gets an 18 to sneak along.
Alright.
At
Are
a
you
little bit of
all
distance.
stealthing?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll be all sneaky peeky like.
Okay. This time, Zachro, you also see the hand that is sort of hiding and then disappears into a broken wall as it watches you.
Yes.
Here. Well, no, a hand, but
What did you all get on your stealths? 18, 23, so another 18, 12, huh, buddy? You can say
I
it out
rolled
loud.
a 4. I rolled a 4. Got a
Okay.
12.
Zachariah, what'd you get?
I know that feel, bro.
Zachariah.
15.
Okay. All right, you guys can go ahead. You proceed through, probably through the opening in the gate where the part of the fence was ripped out. You head through there into this very large, empty mansion, and you find yourself immediately in this sort of grand foyer area. There's a big grand staircase leading up and hallways to the left and right. It is dark in here.
Like magical darkness or like
No,
dark?
it's just like empty building dark.
Magical dankness, am I right?
So there's a staircase going up and doorways to either direction.
The hallways, yeah.
Start at the top, work our way down.
Sure. Should we cast some light, or I know not all of us can really see in the dark.
If
Well, we
you feel more comfortable.
Be spotted or not? So
What
We
was
might
that,
wanna-
Sakura?
we might want to be sneaky instead of light, right?
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Minato thought of the lantern. You can use this to direct the light as you please.
You have a hooded lantern?
I do.
Nice. Very nice.
I could also, maybe like shade my light with something.
Could try.
Well, Minato's handing it over to Mir if she wants to use it. Whatever she casts light on, you can use it to
Oh, okay.
direct it.
You could just use
Because
it as
well,
light.
like-
Minato has no more oil.
All right. You used it to light an
Alright.
airport on fire.
What was it? I think she also used it to try and water treat our boat.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah.
was it. The water treating of the boat.
Boat is in quotations.
You're right.
But yeah, between the two. Oil.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't a boat, it was a cruise liner.
Yeah, so I guess I'll like put it on like a pebble or something and put that in the hooded lantern.
Okay.
Shade it a bit.
Yeah, as long as you reach in every minute to recast the light, because it wears off every single minute.
I thought it was an hour.
No. I think it's a minute.
I don't know. I don't
It's
do
an
the
hour.
magic stuff
It's an
At
hour?
least in the
here.
5e, but yep.
Maybe I'm thinking of minor illusion then. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of minor illusion. It's the one you have to recast constantly. All right. Yeah, you guys can. So you're going up the main staircase.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You've got hallways left, right, and front. Up there.
You've got holes.
To the left.
Okay.
Sounds,
You head left.
sounds good to me.
You find a couple of rooms. One is a study. You can tell there's the remains of a desk and some bookshelves with just rotted away paper in them. Like a chest in the corner of the room, probably held documents. One that was a pile of wood that was once a chair.
Can I perception around if there's anything important looking, any records left, or anything
Sure.
shiny?
I was gonna say, look at the documents.
Sure.
21 for perception.
Yeah, you poke around the room, and there's not a whole lot left here. It looks like the wind and rain have gotten into this room over time, and you can find a couple of papers that are still coherent inside that chest in the corner, which is not locked. You just open it up, and there's a couple of pages, and the writing isn't so smeared that it's illegible. It is in Elvish, though. So, I don't know if you can read Elvish.
The Temp or Zakra or something?
Got it.
Actually, I might be able to. Yeah, I can.
You're an elf. Of course you can read Elvish.
Excuse me, that's not a very nice thing to say to somebody.
By D&D rules.
I'm being labeled here, everyone. You heard it.
You're literally a wood elf. Oh, rip. For the chat, Shetty's camera just ate shit. It just kind of fell over. And he's trying to fix it now. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, it appears to be some kind of log of business activities. You do find that it says some stuff about legality, like house legality, which is a term you're vaguely familiar with. It looks like someone was having trouble proving that their house was legit.
House-like structure or house-like bloodline?
Like bloodline.
Oh man, I thought this was gonna be some kind of like weird like real estate scam.
No, I think it has to do with that bit where they exiled a large number of the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
You do spot, in that sort of smudgy mess, the name Silinthier, more than once.
That's the founder who left Lothran, right?
Correct.
Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
On our rocking up the street and what we've seen in this house thus far, have we actually seen any bodies? Or is it completely just deserted?
It's just empty.
That's even spooky.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright.
Temp's gonna run and hide in a corner somewhere.
Okay. We'll
He's
stealth.
not out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Minato's going to sneak over to the next room.
Temp's
and
not
take a
that
quick
spooked.
look.
I mean, come on.
This one is, it looks like
Mir
it
pats
may have
Temp with a
been
comforting hand on the shoulder.
either a library or a gallery of some type, but the roof has caved in. So you see some shingles, and some crushed furniture. But you get the idea that it might not be safe to go any further in here.
Mm-hmm. Mage hand and start pulling any books towards me that look still in somewhat readable condition, not completely decayed.
Quick question, does your improved mage hand let you lift more than 10 pounds with it?
Jack. How many more
AKA, I have
pounds?
no fucking-
Just any. As far as the ice is concerned, your house does not exist.
It says nothing.
That's
of
the
that
problem they've
sort,
had with the
so
Order of the Phoenix.
Probably not.
Dimension. Wonderland here. Next up, D&D. Yup. Okay. You can tug at books, but it's gonna be difficult. And anyway, there's you don't spot any actual books that look like books at all. You can find
Nothing
like one
intact?
piece of leather that was probably a cover.
Is there a desk in the room?
You have no idea. Probably not anymore if there ever was one.
And then move on to the next room.
Okay. It is a sort of, it looks like a bedroom, actually.
Oh.
You see, this one, the roof has not caved in, and to your astonishment, the glass window is not broken, so this room is actually dry. And you do see there is an ancient-looking bed with these sort of, moth-eaten sheets.
By the way, assuming I've managed to coax Temp out of his corner, Mir will be
Wasn't in
following
a
along.
corner.
You said you were cowering in the corner.
I lied.
It's fine. Mir's been following Minato. Make sure she doesn't get herself killed.
I'm not scared.
Clang.
Okay, I'm a little scared.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I am.
Jesus.
They're spooky.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, you guys can, you find, it's a bedroom, pretty normal bedroom accoutrements. It is very fancy bedroom. And you can, if you spend a couple minutes looking around, gather, probably about 75 gold worth of jewelry from the area.
Yeah,
That's about all of the note that you find.
So, right, I'm gonna take a little bit to replenish my... Because I basically spent 25 gold pieces worth of incense in the ritual earlier.
Any sort of secret places to hide stuff?
I'll just tuck it in the bag of holding.
You can check. Perception.
That is unnatural 20.
Yeah, you take a couple minutes and look around, feeling around paintings and whatnot, but you do not find any hidden hiding places. Yeah, I got you. I got it. That's in the bag. I heard. Anything else?
Nope. On to the next room, I suppose.
Oh, that was very sudden. You typing over there?
No.
Yeah, you guys, let's speed this up just a little bit. You can do a survey of the following rooms, and there's like a sort of an entertaining chamber. There's a couple of bathrooms, another 2 or 3 fancy bedrooms. Downstairs there's a kitchen, a washing room, all the sorts of just very fancy, noble household things. There's a parlor. It's a very, very fancy parlor.
I'm afraid of
Every-
parlors.
Do we find
every
any
lampshade
more,
is lace.
Do we find any more shinies? Mira's, due to recent adventures, gotten it into her head that maybe she should carry around enough to make the material components for Revivify, just in case.
You do find, in one of the other bedrooms, sort of trapped underneath the remnants of a side table, you do find a cut emerald that's probably worth about 100 gold.
Oh,
Bag
nice.
of holding.
Minato's just looking
I
for
forget we
anything
have a
out
bag of holding.
ordinary.
Mira's
Sorry,
just
Minato.
gonna start the Save Our Sorry Buns Fund.
Minato, what were you looking for?
Anything out of the ordinary that wouldn't be... that you wouldn't normally find in like a nobleman's house or anyone's house in particular. Like books with odd titles or no titles at all. Or strange contraptions or secret... or normal things like secret hidey holes.
Okay.
Well, I'd say that temp would be a strange thing to find in a nobleman's house, but we both know that's a lie.
You do investigate another room downstairs that resembles the study from upstairs, but larger, and in that one you do find a wall safe. However, you find that it has already been emptied. What you do notice about this household is that there is... You can go through a very large dining entertainment room, and that one is on the first floor. And it's got these very fancy candelabras and a lot of very fancy cutlery and plates in a cabinet in one end of the room, and all of the cutlery and the candelabras are silver.
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all the silverware now belongs to us.
Told you I'm starting the Save Our Sorry Buns Fund. Buy all the healing components we can.
Who picks up a piece first?
Shit.
Just curious.
It shall be me.
I was gonna say it's probably either me or if somebody is faster than her.
Okay. Let's see. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh. Would
Oh,
you
God,
like to roll for that?
Oh, thank God. My constitution is shaped, but I got a 19 total.
Okay.
Debating because I've got a okay
You take
bonus, but I'll
2 points of
roll my
necrotic
shit.
damage.
2 points of necrotic damage.
You touch this
Okay.
silver and it's extremely cold. Like your fingers graze
16?
over it. You have to pull your hand back. And you feel like it has drained all of the heat out of your hand. What was that for, Mir?
16.
For what?
Oh,
Six.
I thought I'd grab something at the same time Ananto did.
Oh, sure. You also take 2 points of necrotic damage, and you undergo
Ouch.
a similar experience.
So Mir has a bad time, is what you're telling me?
Minato pulls out her rapier
Okay.
and flips one of the pieces of silver off.
What,
the
like?
Mir
cabinet.
goes to tug
Right,
at
you should've put
Zakrow's
the
sleeve.
silver off? That's
Zakrow, can you
rude.
come look over? Can you come look over here? Don't touch it. Just look.
Shiny.
Don't touch. It hurts to touch. I want to know why.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that might be cursed. Can I check it out?
Sure, roll Arcana.
Arcana. 17.
It seems like these might be lightly cursed.
Lightly cursed.
There's
Okay.
no other reason a piece of silverware would do damage to somebody.
Yeah, that makes sense. But do we know any way to, like, clean them off?
Nah, I mean, do you have a spell for that?
I could try dispel magic.
I also have remove curse. I'm not sure whether that. Let me check whether that applies to objects or how it applies to objects.
Interesting if that worked. That would definitely confirm that.
But is it worth wasting magic on? Especially since we do not know how close the light is.
Yeah, true. I would rather
I
Mir
don't
not use
know.
those thoughts.
I don't really want to
Yes,
be
in just a
here
moment,
at
Shandy.
night.
Okay. As soon as we resolve this. As soon as we resolve this. Y'all.
So at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. The cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks. Okay, so assuming this is a magic item, then it could be removed. But I'm not sure. I mean, if all the pieces of silver count individually, that's more spell slots than I have. Mir like takes out a crochet hook and pokes it. Does she take any damage from that?
Mm-mm.
Do I think I could like sweep it into a sack to be dealt with later?
Sure. If you want.
I will do that if I can.
Can I cast dispel magic on the whole sack of nastiness?
Sure. What does dispel magic say about curses?
I don't know. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Let's see if that will work.
Spell. Any creature, object, or magical effect.
Creature, object. Let's see here. Can dispel magic remove a curse in an object?
Are you like Googling it or something?
I am actually. I'm
That's
reading Reddit, a Reddit
Jeez.
page on it right now.
Oh, jeez, not Reddit. Only the
Um,
worst people go there.
The D&D Reddit's
Yeah,
actually
there's
very
worse
helpful.
sites.
Just say they
Only
be
dispels
nice to Reddit. They were very helpful when I was making my computer.
That is true.
ongoing effect from a spell. Okay.
It just dispels a magic effect.
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I do it.
Okay. You cast the spell.
Yep.
You will find out if you touch whether or not it worked.
I touch.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm just picturing Mir like holding the sack as Zakro's doing this. Oh, did you uncurse it? Poke. No.
5.
5. Oof. You take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
As you reach in, you grab it, and it is brilliantly cold.
Brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Maybe we'll just deal with that later. Mir says she like zips the sack shut and throws it in the bag of holding.
Zakro, I also would like you to mark that damage down separately from normal damage that you would take.
Okay. I have.
You doing that as well?
I got it.
No. Not for the other two.
I filled my.
Yeah.
So.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Is that all for you guys? Or are you doing anything else in this mansion, or?
If that's all
I'm
that's
not
in this
touching nothing.
mansion.
Alright. You guys can go ahead and head back out to the streets if you so desire, and we will take a short break.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Go ahead and swap the music over. I will see you guys in 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Alright. And that goes for you, too, dear audience. Let me go ahead and throw some chill step on, and I will switch it over to autopilot. See you soon. And we are back. Let me go ahead and bring my players in. Alright, everyone back?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Is Sketchy returned?
I don't know. Someone ping him. Everybody pinged him. Roll call. Looks like Lurker is not with us at the moment. Nope. Dang it. Hop back in a little bit early then. Or if you are talking, Lurker, can't hear you.
Here's the sketch.
Oh, there we go. Finally, God. Okay. Alright, you guys can go. You exit the mansion.
Assuming we didn't find anything else.
Yep. You head back out onto the street. Okay.
Any more eye hands present?
Not that you can see. Where are you guys headed?
Next fancy house, I guess?
You guys, you exit the door of the main mansion, and you head down the yard, out the fence, and, you step to go across the street, and you never really see them appear. They're just suddenly there. You find
What's there?
that you turn around just once, and you see several figures armed and facing you. They are these tall, pale people. Their hair is a sort of a grayish color. Their eyes are closed, but two of them have bows aimed at you, and one has a hand on a sword that hangs at its hip. And when you look behind you, there are four more. Suddenly they are there.
Hello. Good day. Fine.
And the one with the
People?
sword... Yes? What are you saying?
She's saying, good day, fine people. What's going on?
The one with the sword looks towards you, which is weird because their eyes are still closed. But they're looking at you.
Okay.
Directly towards the sound of your voice, and they say, "You've been summoned."
Bye.
By who?
By the seer. Come with us.
Is this about the silverware?
It actually sort of like it tips its if it had eyes that were open, it and the one next to it would exchange a glance, but as it is, they kind of turn their faces towards each other just a little bit and then both turn back towards you.
It's just like, what?
Is that a... I'm gonna take that as a no.
Come. You have been here long enough. without paying your due respect.
Oh, we did not realize there was still, like, folks here and, authority and stuff.
Understood. Come. They turn around and they just start walking.
Okay.
You get a better look at these people, by the way. Are you going with?
I mean,
JD,
might
use
as
your
well,
words.
right?
JD, use
Hi.
your actual mouth words.
I don't have a mouth.
Well, you're not JD, are you?
I'm thinking JD's eating pasta.
We have no pasta.
That's what you think.
It's actually half of a cheeseburger.
Mir.
From jail,
Mir,
it's
like, scooches over, like, next to some of her party members, looking a little worried as she follows.
You'll notice that these people are very, very tall. They're very tall. You can see that their faces have these very fine features. And they look, it's very, very strange. They look almost alien in their features. They are so elegant and swept back. They have pointed ears. They have these beautifully beautiful.
Tell what they are? Or...
Roll Arcana. JD, yeah, you can go ahead and roll history, but what are you looking for?
Have I seen them before?
You have not, no.
Are they?
Do they look anything like the Banshee?
A little bit, yeah.
Do they look?
And that's a 15 for Arcana from Mir.
Is there any
JD, their
parts
moon elves
of
don't
them
exist. What about that, Minato?
I was gonna say, is there any part on them that looks sort of decayed or decrepit?
No. Not that you can see. Moon elves don't exist, so I don't know where you got that. JD.
Mir gets a 15 for Arcana.
You've never seen people like these before, but they very, very faintly resemble elves. Just a little bit. Their skin is so... It varies. It varies, but the majority of the ones with you have skin that is, sort of pale, as if they do not often see the sun. Cave elves also don't exist. What are you doing? Where are you going with this information, JD?
This just sounds like some weird.
Mir's thought briefly goes to, like, some horrible and dead thing that must live in dark caves that she possibly heard of from her grandmother's more exaggerated stories. Oh god, no, it's the sea banshees!
Me, please.
No, you've not encountered a sea banshee. Those do exist.
Yeah.
I have the stat block for them.
God, why?
Of course they do.
Because I made a bunch of variant banshees.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, why? Yeah, why not? I was having fun.
That makes us. No.
That laugh is very unsettling in that context, by the way.
JD, you cannot do a history check to discern what they are. They speak common. Yeah, they do.
Of course, a lot of creatures speak common.
Yeah. You do notice that it was kind of a broken common. It wasn't the greatest common.
Can I just straight up ask them where they're from?
The one sort of tips its head towards you, but then doesn't respond. You try speaking
Does the
Elvish to them?
wizard want to roll Arcana?
JD, please use your actual words. You do that.
What are
You
words?
do what? You can't just say, I do
Please
that.
Please use push to talk, because
Please use
remember,
push to
this is
talk.
being
My God.
streamed, and there's, an audience that might like to hear.
Sorry, audience. Like, you have to listen to my trying to corral these fries via fork. Anyway,
Okay.
I'd like to use an Arcana check to determine what species these beings.
Okay, go ahead. Scope Doherty, thank you for the follow.
18.
Welcome to the Irene. Glad to have you on board. These, from the fact that their common is not so good, but they do kind of glance over immediately when you speak Elvish. From their appearance, from the way they look vaguely like elves, you are not certain, but there's a chance that these are Fae.
I asked them if they're space elves.
They don't even look at you.
Good. I would like to watch them as they're moving along and try to discern how they're navigating.
They seem to walk with absolute surety of where they're going.
Exactly, so.
And you do notice that, they hear every little noise, and that they turn their heads to hear every single tiny little sound.
Question. The sword that the one has,
Mm-hmm.
what's it made out of?
You got a very, very slight glimpse of the blade. Some sort of white stone. Possibly ceramic.
Oh,
Since they're, like,
fantastic.
turning their head at every little noise, Mir imitates a few random ones just to see how they react.
They look towards them, and they know they are coming from you.
Okay. They just, a frog gribbiting, sound of ship sails flapping in the wind, someone sneezing.
One of the archers, you swear you almost see it smile.
Just jaunty little flute tune in this creepy ass city as we go along.
Is it one of the satyr's flute tunes?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Do you... Oh,
Is
yeah.
it so-
Huh. That actually definitely gets their attention. Four of them actually look towards you. With the sort of downwards glance with their eyes closed. Very curious.
Do you know this one?
The main one, in it's that same broken comment. Where did you hear that?
Oh, at the airport.
Technically true.
They don't know how to respond to that.
The best kind of correct. Technically correct.
There were these satyrs who ended up in our plane through this rift. And before they went home, I heard them play flute tunes. Is it a song you know?
They shake their head, but frown slightly.
They totally know it, guys.
Can I insight check the eyeless people?
Sure, you can try.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
Wow, that's an
Oh,
actual one.
boy.
This thing is utterly alien and unreadable to you. You have
Mir
no idea what it's feeling.
continues nervously imitating flute tunes.
Mhm.
So from home.
They are
to the
leading
satyrs.
through the city, and they are taking you towards the northeast. And this, is in the direction of that arena and the theater again.
How many of them are there again?
Pardon?
How many of them are there again?
7.
Okay.
And they are taking you. They take you through the winding roads, and eventually you do come across the theater. Let me grab my notes. Oops.
Minato, let's not try anything risky.
It is a massive building. It's a very, very fancy building. You can see this
I'd like to
baroque
live to see
golden
tomorrow.
scroll work around the doors and windows, and there's even a couple of gargoyles situated on the edges of the roof, but all of the gold leaf is flaking off, and the gargoyles are weathered from long years of wind and rain and disrepair. These people sort of lead you up this main staircase and open. There's a wooden door, and when they near it, the main one puts their hand out before they reach the door, stops when they touch it, and then pushes it open. Inside you see this marble floor. Yes?
It's like, Mir scoots over next to Zakro and holds his arm, partly for comfort, partly to keep him from touching anything that might hurt him.
I hug Mir.
We scooted inside.
Kind of as a reflex.
Inside you see a marble floor with this beautiful tiled mosaic that is now lying shattered amongst the polished stones. There are curving stairways on each side of the foyer, leading upwards to a second floor, but the Fae don't go that way. They just head straight back to where double doors lead into what looks like it's probably a main theater chamber. You pass through the main doors and you find yourself in a vast hall filled with these rows upon rows of folding seats, all facing a run-down stage with a red velvet curtain hanging heavy with dust. It's half open. It's dark in here, but there's skylights that are open, and in the dim light you can see that there is someone on the stage, sitting in what looks like an ancient silver throne.
Oh dear.
She has her head down. You cannot see her face. She's wearing white and gray robes with intricate woven designs, but the hems are tattered and filthy. Her feet are bare, and her skin is a shade of blue-white so pale it's nearly translucent. Her hair is white and so long that it spills over the arms of the throne, puddling in a silky pool around the base. The hands, gripping the ends of the throne arms, are thin, and the fingers, instead of ending in fingertips, you see that they end in these long white claws, needle sharp. You notice that her right hand looks different. Instead of that faint blue-white tinge to the skin, it is a pure silvery white color with hints of a darker silver, and the texture seems almost to be moving, swirling over the skin. You approach?
Yeah, I'll walk
Cautiously.
in the room.
Slowly, cautiously. Mir clings a little to Zakro again.
You approach her, and she takes a breath.
Okay.
Her thin chest heaves as she speaks. She is terrifyingly thin.
Oh.
Oh dear.
As Minato approaches, she looks around the room, making sure, like, to see what's there, like how many hands, how many of the soldiers, anything that could attack or be dangerous. She's trying to mentally make a note of, and also focus on and see what the creature in the chair is going to do next.
Okay. You do see there is movement in the shadows. You get the idea that there are probably more hands here. The Fae that escorted you in, several of them are waiting by the door. A couple of them are still following you up towards the throne. Yeah, that's what you got.
Hello. Hi. Good day.
She waits until you're finished. And then
Can you summon us?
says, "And so you come to the city of the dead, following my kin and I, where we were hundreds of years ago. You have found us. Now what will you do?"
Do I recognize her?
No.
No, I was just gonna head out, but thanks.
Well,
So-
we were coming up from the mines from nearby because we couldn't get out the way we had come in.
We have no quarrel with you or your kind, as long as you stick to that which is yours and don't invade others. All we want is just to leave this place and head back from whence we came.
That's funny. That's all we ever wanted. seems we seek the same thing.
Ask her if she's okay. Is she feeling like, what's wrong?
That right hand tightens just a little bit on the edge of the throne.
Can we help?
I'm a healer, if that helps.
You cannot fix what was done to us. And she raises her head, and her eyes are open, and you see they are a blank, pearlescent white. She is blind. As are
Or is
Oh.
she?
every one of the Fae here.
Oh dear.
Every last one.
But why?
You
What
ask her?
happened?
Yeah.
We lost our eyes in the mines. Indeed, but you do not know of the atrocities of the city of Silver, do you? No.
We've started to get an inkling, and it doesn't look good.
It is not. No, we are never spoken of. We're erased. They try to bury their crimes in stone and silence.
Do you care to elaborate on your story?
Yeah, what happened?
She's gonna sort of tip her head a little bit to the side. And she's gonna, conversation-wise, she's gonna back up just a minute. And she says, I am Celisea, and these are what remains of my house. We were once a noble house, and we frequented this place. We do not live on this plane. We come from the Feywild.
Oh.
Such sweet words and false promises. You mortals, you have a unique talent. She grips the arms of the chair and hisses out a breath. You can lie. They met us, they begged us for help. Fair beings, they said, will you help us find the silver in the stone? Your original founders, your beloved leaders from so long ago. We agreed, for they were young and amusing, and it was fun at first, but they wanted so much, and we do not really care for mortal matters. So we made them a deal. We could find the silver, and we would take the rest of it for them, and then we would leave. We would stay here in this realm until they let us go. And they would. They promised. They lied. We were trapped. They kept us like animals, trapped in the mines, hindered and hampered so we could not use our magic. The fumes from the rocks blinded us and tore at our lungs, but we healed quickly and they kept us there. Their pets, their tools. You can actually physically see her body is shaking with this remembered rage. And when we could sing no more from the rock, they sealed us in the mines and left us to die.
We apologize for...
Mir, by the way, at this point just sort of sinks to the ground and puts her head in her hands.
We apologize for the wrongdoings of those who tricked and tortured you, but we are not them. We just merely wish to leave.
I know. As do we. We made them that deal, and they never let us free. We cannot go back to the Feywild. Not while they live. You wanted to help us.
Yeah.
Yes.
She summoned you, did she not? She pauses. The elf woman.
Yes.
Liana.
She did.
Kill her.
Oh.
Okay.
She is the last one holding us here. All the rest are dead. When they are gone,
Does she?
we will be free.
Does she? I mean, is killing her the only way to end it? She can't somehow end the contract herself.
If she would let us free, she would have done it long ago. But if you can convince her, try.
Okay.
If you don't mind me asking, your fishes into the bag of holding and pulls out one of the hand things. Is this yours?
She kind of cocks her head to the side. She can't see it, obviously.
It's the hand with like an eye in the back of it. This one looks like it came from a white dragonborn.
I have been keeping an eye on you. And, you notice, out of the shadows, you see this movement, and there's a hand scuttling from the left of the stage, and another from the right, and another, and several more, 5, 10, 15, about 20 of these hands skitter out of the darkness and gather around her, climbing up onto the throne where they can sit and watch you. 2, you notice in particular, are very prominent. They are a matched set. And the olive-toned skin, definitely that of a wood elf, and set into each one is a deep green eye, and these ones are different. The eyes on the hands you have seen so far do not blink. They stare. These ones are looking around. And right now, they're focused on you.
Hi.
Listen.
You're like, sort of cautiously holds out the hand. Sorry about your friend. You thought it was a threat.
It was a tool, nothing more.
Okay. Well, and are there's this dark mist in the city. Is that?
No. We did not create the darkness, and we are not of it. We simply hide in its shadow.
So,
Okay.
if I may make sure that what the terms of agreement are, it's that we go free if we get you to get the mayor one way or another to let you go free back to the Feywild.
Yes, that sounds agreeable.
You
Freedom
don't
for
happen to
freedom.
know what happened to this city, did you?
She kind of turns her head just a little bit to the side. The darkness below consumed it. What it is, I do not know. I do not care. This immortal city means nothing to me.
I mean, it definitely matters because it's fun and ghost. It's a big deal.
There's also the fact that I guess that people have come here before and not returned. Was that because they pissed you off or something else?
She doesn't answer, but a bunch of the hands shift to look at you.
I'm mostly just trying to get the idea of, is there something else lurking here that we gotta be, watching out for?
What lies below has never posed a danger to us. Perhaps it does to you? I don't know.
Perhaps.
Let's see.
It was there before we were. Before the city was. I think it will remain.
Was it you and your kin who made the tunnel?
You walked in our footsteps from the mines, yes. You followed our trail as we fled.
Very well. We shall uphold our end of the bargain.
Good. And, Minato, you specifically feel a faint shiver pass over you.
I guess we head out then? We're kind of like
Yeah,
surrounded the
leaving.
guards and at the Fae lady just to see, are they gonna stop us?
Yeah, if you have any
Just
more
towards the
questions,
door?
now is the time to ask them, probably.
Nope, no questions for them.
I guess. I mean, I personally would like to solve this without murder. Do you think there's a way we could convince others of Lana's crime, or?
Are you asking
mean,
me, or are you asking Celisea?
I guess, like, Mir's kind of looking around at the group and maybe a little at Celisea, like, I don't know, I would like, I believe Celisea, obviously, but I'm worried others won't, and I kind of don't want to just go in and murder the mayor, so maybe getting some news out that this has happened, and also, that we, as a city, should start making amends, if that
Well,
makes
we
sense.
don't necessarily have to kill the mayor. We just have to convince her to let them go.
She must come
guess I-
here and fulfill her promise. She must speak to me and let us free.
Okay.
A substantially harder thing, but we'll do our best.
Mostly I want to get some evidence we can show to other folks and get them to help us haul her here if we need to. Quite frankly.
If she refuses, kill her.
I'm mostly worried about us getting murdered by the town guard immediately after, but I suppose that's not your concern, that's our concern.
Curious, do you
Okay.
have one last question before we're seen off? Can you give us some sort of signet or symbol that she would recognize?
How about the hand?
She doesn't necessarily know that's from her.
True.
My name is enough. She has removed every trace of us from the records of the world. You speaking
Almost.
my name will be enough to convince her what you have seen. Be
We've already spoken of your name once, though.
What? When?
When we went back and talked to her.
You didn't know Celisea's name before this.
Then how did we know that she ran away?
You didn't.
Different person.
Yeah, what are you thinking of, Luke?
Different
You're
person.
thinking of Celinthier.
Oh, that's who it was.
Grace-
Okay. My apologies.
Celisea
No, we're-
laughs at that and just pets one of the watching hands on her shoulders.
That was player error, not character error.
I'm just beginning to wonder if maybe that hand used to be his. The way she went.
Oh, it was.
I'll bite.
I'm almost certain.
But
JD, go on.
Is that Cylinthia's hand?
When he was no longer considered a founder, he was no longer protected.
So yes.
In the
Sorry,
world.
I might not be as smart as everyone else in the room. In the room. There we go.
Rift thumbs up.
Mira looks a little unsettled at the hand and goes, okay, let's go talk to Liana.
Be
She starts
careful.
shuffling toward the door.
She will try to charm you with her words. She will lie, she will deceive you, as she did us.
she'll
Be
be
very
very hard
cautious.
pressed to deceive.
Can I insight check the Fey lady?
Sure, go for it.
God fucking damn it.
You really need different dice.
I'm rolling different ones every time. 15. That's with a +7.
This being is very old, and you do get the sense that she is telling the truth. She wants to go home. Wherever home is, she wants to leave. And if there is one way to do it, she's going to do it, no matter what.
So why can't y'all leave right now?
We are
Because of
forbidden.
the contract, they're stuck here.
Oh.
The contract keeps us here. I cannot open the gate home. And she kind of looks to the side.
And I'm guessing that would keep you even if there is another gate home, like a rift in the universe back in Saints Haven.
What if I did?
You cannot.
How many years back does the contract go?
Complain. It's not hard.
It is from the beginning of your city. It's 300 years or so.
Okay.
They've been here for 300 years. Trapped.
It's a long time to be away from home.
It is. And she sits there for a moment, and she raises one hand, the weird-looking one. And for a moment, the hall ripples, and instead of it, you see around you a deep twilit forest. There are hardwoods mixed with evergreens, and stretching tall in this empty understory. The ground is littered with fallen needles and leaves, and you can smell autumn and summer mixing in the air. Somewhere nearby, a creek trickles through the quiet forest. Rays of evening sun slant through the leaves, and tiny multicolored lights bob up and down in the gathering dusk. Then it's gone.
Fireflies?
As soon as it was there, it is gone. The theater hall is back, the forest, and the heady scent of pine and moss vanishes into the dry darkness.
Mir, being Mir, takes in the bag of holding moment. Sets a little crochet autumn leaf. And then starts scooting toward the door as quickly as she can because this whole place is kind of creeping her out.
Oh, dear.
Minato bows, then looks at whatever the closest guards are and just kind of nods at them, turns around and walks dignified out of the place. Hand on rapier at all times.
Okay.
I run out the door with my hair standing on end.
Poor
Like-
kitty.
Sideways run. They casting when they keep watching what's going on, but they don't want to be there.
Okay.
That thing.
Alright. So you all skedaddle in various manners?
Yes, we all vacate the premise.
Okay. You head out of the theater, through the foyer, down the main steps, and find yourselves back on the street. You can now see the Fae standing guard at the various parts of the theater, and you do spot occasionally they are patrolling the city.
For what?
They do not seem to be affected at all by that thick, cloying mist that rises from the ground.
So do we want to head straight back to Silverhill, or do we want to investigate anything else here first?
We should probably go.
I think we should head back.
That's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
All right. You
It's
guys,
Silverhill.
you orient yourselves, and you know where the main gate is. No one has been ever able to leave it. But you head over there, the whole party, and when you get there, you see 4, again, white-armored fae, and they sort of work with these big lever mechanisms on either side of the door, and the doors grate open. Possibly for the first time in quite a while. Last time they opened was when explorers went in, and obviously did not come out.
Away we go!
Yeah, and you exit Lothran.
Good day! Goodbye, nice free people! Bye!
Yeah. You exit, the doors grate closed behind you, and you can make your way back to Silverhill if you so desire.
Fine.
I
It
do
will take
desire
you-
to do that.
It will take
No.
you...
Can we do a quick like check-in with everybody while we're on the walk there? I want to see how we're all doing, because like that was pretty rough.
Sure, if you want.
I'll just kind of not too good at the whole like friends and friendships thing. I'll check in with each person in turn. We'll start off with Minato. Or how are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, right.
Let's just get this over with.
Okay. I mean, I'm with you on that. Just let me know if you feel like we're in serious danger, but you don't want to tell us for some reason.
If we're in serious danger and I know
Found
it,
her
I will
Silverhill,
let you
but-
know as soon as I do.
You got the idea.
Or if you like get any weird instincts going on. I trust that.
Who do you murder? Yep.
I appreciate
Mhm.
that.
Mir, where did you get that little leaf?
Oh, I was crocheting it as part of a shawl for Tiska. I was making little
Very
leaves to hat,
curious.
because, you know, she's
If you
nature
were to give a
there.
gift to a fae,
And at this point, Mir just like
it's not
stops,
something you want to do.
sinks to the ground, just starts crying for a bit.
Oh,
Minato
go.
picks her up.
Ah, I keep thinking I should never have left home and gotten involved in all this, but it's not like that would have meant it never happened, and then I would have just lived in this town and never known, and that would probably be worse, and now we have to, like, kidnap or kill the mayor, and I don't know if I can do that. If I can, what is my family gonna think of me? I'll never be able to go home, and it's just...
Minato just pats her back, trying to calm her down, picks
Why
her
not?
up, and continues walking, holding her like you would a child,
Aww.
consoling her.
Oh,
Too much. Too many feelings.
I'm gonna make
God.
every member of this party
It's
cry
gonna
by
be
the end of this
okay.
arc.
I know it's hard to imagine you have to face down something you didn't want to ever happen, but this way we have a chance to fix it. You seem chill. Is that accurate?
Are you speaking to...
Who are you talking to?
I was addressing Brahm, but I'm gonna assume it is accurate.
Oh, this stuff is very confusing to me.
Oh,
My people are not used to this.
no?
We're more grounded, you could say.
Temp just kind of looks over and he's
Look
like,
at that
he's
face.
really upset right now, but he's just
Right.
like, I can't deal with this shit right
Mir
now.
does that thing where, like, she's laughing and crying at the same time.
Oh,
I don't know if there's snot involved with birds crying, but there's probably a lot.
Not unless they're sick.
Minato gives this brief grin and then wipes it off her face as fast as she can.
Guys, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I want to keep you all safe. You were nice to me, and you're like my second family, and we still have that rift to deal with, and
Yeah, that's
let's
true.
stick together,
Plot.
all of
We'll
us.
look at that eventually, I'm sure of it. But I think we've forgotten to check in on Temp. You've been a little quiet.
Well, what can I say?
Well, your screen's frozen for one. Nope, we're good. Didn't mean to sack you, friend.
I've never been one to feel that the ends justify the means. I know that some do. We've clearly run into one of those people today. I don't know. I understand the desire for revenge. Sorry, you're cutting out on me.
Sorry.
I basically didn't hear anything you just said.
No, I'm just saying it seems like it's the only answer. Like,
Yes, I know.
If we could just convince her to release this gal from her contract, I mean,
Taking clips of drunk people.
it's not like we're still
Absolutely.
mining silver. Maybe we could tell her, you know, there's not really
I
any
don't
use in keeping a very angry Fae captive.
There's just two problems with this whole thing. It's
Oh,
either...
there's only two.
Yes, really. Two major problems. Yes, we may have to kill the mayor, which is unfortunate, but I would prefer to do it the diplomatic route. But the biggest thing is, in the end, there's two problems that arise. She has to go there, on their turf, in their terms. How do we know that they're not just going to kill her anyway?
They're probably going to.
And second off, when she's free, how do we know that she's going back to the Feywild?
We
And
don't.
going to stay in the
no.
Feywild?
But I know they stick to their contracts. And we made an agreement.
That they go to the Feywild.
We don't have a contract with them. We just have a verbal agreement.
Verbal agreement.
Maybe we could come up with a new contract that says Mayor
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
pull
but I've
this
been
shit
around
again.
nobles
And
for a very long time.
Really?
What we just dealt with was not a contract.
Alright, good point.
But the Fey are a little bit different.
Mhm.
I wonder if I could ask my family's notary business to write up a better contract.
I wonder if you could ask.
Mostly we just copy things, but maybe someone there knows stuff about it. If we want something in writing. You laugh, Temp. This is how the Ellings have made their living, dang it.
Temp's just dying over there.
Not laughing, coughing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Do you need a cure spell?
I don't think that's gonna work in real life, but thanks.
Never know until you try. Alright, did
Actually,
we get...
come to think of it, Zakrow, do you need a cure spell? You poked the cursed,
Oh yeah, I don't know. I lost 5 health, but I don't know if it's ever coming back, so let's just not worry about it for now.
I shouldn't have laughed at that, but that's, I don't know.
You know.
Psst, Zakrow, come here,
It's
Mom.
just like,
I want
hey,
to tell
I'm
you
just
something.
gonna write off those 5 hit points as a wash anyway, so I'm like, yeah.
You know, necromancy things.
Just necromancy things.
He was like, hey, Zakrow, come here a moment. I
I
wanna
kind of
tell
want
you
to make just necromancy things a thing now.
You are a nicer person than you think you are. And she boops your nose with the cure wounds.
Oh. That's so cute.
4,
Hmm?
6, no, 10 points.
It functions as it
By
would,
law.
except the any other damage is healed, but those 5 points do not heal.
No
Keep
shit.
them written down, though.
Oh dear.
Did I lose him off my max?
No, keep them written down.
Not yet.
When we make camp, Mir's gonna give Sakura a more thorough medical lookup.
Yeah. What happened? But okay. Yeah, do we make
This
it
may
a
be something that needs a lesser restoration.
Yeah, I might just be cursed.
How long until we get back to Silverhill? Will we have to camp, or can we make it there?
You could probably make it there if you want. It's gonna be night.
Probably be the dead of night, yeah.
Some kind of pun, Skylark?
Huh?
Dead of night.
Oh. The undead of
man.
night.
Would you like to return to Silverhill in one day, or are you going to make a camp?
I'd like to camp out. I think
Yeah.
it's a good idea. Just to prepare
Yeah.
ourselves.
Okay. You can go ahead and
We
long
can-
rest.
Really process what's going on.
I'm also gonna try that lesser restoration on Zakro and see if it
Alright.
fixes whatever is still.
Don't think that's gonna.
What does lesser restoration normally
going-
feel? Or heal?
Let me check.
Because I'm pretty sure I recall lesser restoration not really usually being that useful.
What are you talking
JD?
about? Lesser restoration
Maybe
is
it's
awesome.
not. Because either ends one disease or one condition affecting it and can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, which Zakro is not any of those. Actually, wait. We determined the silver was cursed, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I determine if Zakro is now cursed?
Yeah.
Are you gonna try and remove curse?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Poke.
You do feel
Well, the prayer goes something like, dear, to assume, healer and caretaker, please, if there is a curse bothering my friend Zakro, move it and maybe guide him to do less stupid things in the future.
Temp's just
prayer
rolling
and a
his
backhanded
eyes.
insult.
Oh,
Yeah, you touch the,
You know what
the
you've
hand
done,
that
Temp.
Zakro used to.
Excuse me,
Stupidly.
I am
No,
pure and
Zakro,
innocent,
not-
thank you very
Not
much.
Temp, I say
Hey.
Zakro.
Yeah, no, I
Sorry,
don't need.
Temp.
I don't need that restoration. I don't need your filthy magic now.
Well, fine,
Uh,
you can heal yourself from now on.
right.
I'm kidding. I love you. Don't hurt me.
Now.
Okay, try to remove the curse on Zakro, assuming that's what it is.
Zakro, you didn't even realize it until now, but your hand, whichever one you used to grab it, has been feeling sort of cold and almost a little bit numb all since you touched it, but now that sensation sort of fades away.
Yay!
It's all good.
Mir makes you a hot cup of tea. It sits up on watch.
Okay. I'm gonna assume you take the same watch schedule as last time.
Probably.
Sounds fine by me.
Alright. Yep.
Does anything
the
attack
night-
us in the night?
No, it passes uneventfully. You do notice that you're about halfway from Lothran to Silverhill, and you can still very, very, very faintly sense the presence of that darkness, but the further you get from Lothran, the lesser it is.
I'd like to know more about that. I feel like that was
It's a new day! If y'all don't mind me doing this while we're packing up camp, Mir goes do another divination.
Sure.
Sets up her little ritual circle again. Puts out some incense. I'm gonna have to buy more incense when we get in town. Puts out more incense. And I want to ask my gods, what the hell is up with that dark presence? What is it?
Let me think of how to answer this. A flash of light, a searing pain in your brow, and a star that goes
Ouch.
dark.
A star that goes dark?
Yes.
Mir, like, thinks her and goes, what?
Made perfect sense to me.
Left with you is a sense of mixed horror and foreboding.
Please note that I have no idea what you saw, so yeah.
Random question. You say a star that goes dark. Is this like... Because in Mir's religion, Ayla is the sun, but she's also one of the stars that was part of the great battles of the heavens. Do I think this has anything to do with that, or is it just a symbol, or should I be rolling some kind of check for this?
It was a brilliant, many-pointed star, and its surface clouded before winking out.
What color?
I mean, black,
Okay.
as darkness usually is.
No.
I think she means what was the
Star.
Ah,
color was the
Before
star.
blinking out.
very, very faint light gray.
Mir takes a moment and like kind of sketches this image, bit of charcoal. Maybe gonna ask my gods about this later. My
It is an
folks at the
eight-pointed
temple.
star. And when you look at it, you do not like it.
Mir folds up the little drawing and tucks it away.
Where do you put it?
I'm gonna stick it in a sack with that large holy symbol that Temp helped me craft. Stick it in there and be like, watch that, would you?
All right. Okay. You guys head back towards Silverhill?
Aye.
All right.
Yep.
You see the city at about late morning. It is open to you. The sun is shining. It's a very nice day. The sky is not as cloudy and horrible as it is over Lothran. You can look back to the north actually and see that sort of dense cloud layer hanging over the foothills of the mountains there. You enter the town. It seems a little subdued again, but other than that, everything looks normal.
Minato stretches her shoulders out a bit with a little, and straightens up and walks straight towards the mayor's house.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can.
Zooms up to catch up.
Yeah, you guys head over to the mayor's manor. You gonna knock on the door? What are you doing?
Just gonna stop there before entering.
I break down the. No, I don't do that.
And turn around, look back at the rest of the group. Now we know what we have to do. If you don't wish to partake, that is fine. You can stay out here, but I'm going in to at least try and reason with her.
Yeah, I'm
But
coming in.
no. Okay. Just letting you know. If you don't want to partake in this, now's your time.
I don't think anyone's
step out.
not going to come with you.
Yeah, we need to be in this together.
This is my city,
But
and
I
I
think
will.
we
will
might
take
want
care of
different
this.
things in the end. Some of us. Who knows?
So,
So, like, plan, guys?
Minato,
First.
Temp. Game plans are against Temp's religion.
game plan is for me to try and convince her that she needs to finish the agreement that she previously agreed to 300 years ago. If not,
Sounds like a good idea, and
if that
I know I'm not
fails,
very good with the words, but I am a citizen of Silverhill, and I feel like I should be there as well to tell her.
and if all goes poorly, well, I guess we just have to refer to the blade. Minato turns around, takes a deep breath, opens the door, and walks in.
Okay. Yeah, there's no one waiting to meet you because you didn't have an appointment or anything. But at this
What?
point, you know the way, and you can head up to Liana's
And,
study if you wish.
Yes, head up there, and if we see her assistant, Minato asks her kindly if she would go and fetch them, some sort of really complicated drink and, food order that's gonna take her at least 20 minutes, if not longer, to get.
You do not see Fasain, unfortunately. She must...
Give me a
Dang.
sidecar. A sidecar.
Pardon?
Nothing.
You
It's
know
a
what,
drink.
actually, that's cute enough that actually you do see Fasain. On the stairways. And she is so surprised she doesn't say anything, and then you immediately load that order on her, and she panics and races out the door.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh.
hello?
if it's possible, have added to the list the ingredients for all of our special dishes
Jesus
that we
Christ.
need.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
And then I'll leave it at that.
Mir
She looks
Leslie
dismayed.
takes like a good sizing up for Falcon because like she worries she's gonna be gone for days. May need to find her later.
It'll be
Minato,
fine. We don't need her.
Minato also.
I mean, like after all this is over, Mir wants to make sure Falcon's okay.
Minato also hands her 60 gold.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
She takes it. She's confused, slightly dismayed, extremely surprised, and she can't even speak. She just... Okay.
For any expenses that might need to be dealt with.
Sure. I'll try. I don't know if I can find all of...
If you can't, that's fine. Just do your best.
Alright. I'll try.
Mir like pats her on the shoulder. Guts be with you.
Right. And she leaves. She heads out the door. And you see her pretty much sprinting off towards the city. You guys, you can head up to Liana's study. And when you stop at the door, you see that she is there again, working on some sort of paperwork. And without looking up, she goes, Hossein, I have told you, complaints regarding the mines should be directed to someone else. They were sealed for danger. Just tell anyone who...
I believe you have the wrong people. We are
Darn it.
not named Hussein.
I was just gonna do something awesome too.
What was it? Tell me.
I was gonna say, oh, I think we're coming to the exact right person to complain about the mines. But no.
Yes.
She looks
It
up,
would have been great.
and she's silent for a moment. And she goes, "You're all right. Oh, thank the
Yes,
gods. I was so worried. We
No
thought
thanks
perhaps..."
to you.
Sorry?
Insight check. Insight check.
Okay.
Yes,
Outside
I'm
check.
going
Better.
to do that as
23.
Hey.
She's
well. Much
faking
better
it.
than I am.
She's panicking. She's faking it.
Mir just folds her arms and gives her a beady-eyed bird stare.
Minato walks
Bird stare.
straight up to the desk, slams her hands into the desk, and leans over, staring her directly in the eyes. I will roll an intimidation if you wish me to.
Yeah, for sure.
15 plus 3, that's 18. And, he's like, what is the reasoning of you locking us in the depths like that?
Seems to be a real habit of yours.
That catches her attention more than Minato at all. Sorry? I don't... I am sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, we're sure you
Really?
do.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry.
Very sure, actually.
Does
Faye,
Sia
reassured.
ring a
She
bell?
just freezes.
Yes, I thought so.
How do you know
Oh
that name?
dear. Should I close the window? You look cold.
Yes, please
How do you know that name?
What was that?
Because she
A
wants
little bird told us. And I
retribution.
look
She
at
is
Mir.
dead.
She is far from
Really? She was.
Well, she looks surprisingly good for being dead, and we should know we found some dead down there, by the way. A very pissed off banshee.
This is not. This
And
cannot.
banshees, from what I've been told, don't formulate unless they've been betrayed. Being that
Got an
you've said
inkling now, huh?
being that you said nobody's died down there, well, I think you've been lying. So, we offer you an easy way out.
Suicide? No.
You go
I'm
with
sorry,
us.
that was horrible.
It really was.
Shush.
You go with us back to where we came from, and you release her. Elsewise, we have to figure out another way to finish the ritual, as it were.
What did she say to you?
The
What
truth.
didn't she say? Shorter list.
What did she tell you? What lies did she feed you?
Oh, she just confirmed what we'd started putting together.
Mm,
Mir reaches into the bag of holding and just sets one of the that iron chain on the desk, just pulls it down.
Oh. Wait, where'd you get those?
From the prison room we found.
There was a.
Do you not
Liana, so
remember?
she looks down at it.
Where Zakra tried to pull the chains out of the wall and got a really high strength chest.
Zakra smash.
Yeah.
More like Brahmin, mirror
And-
smash.
Nobody
more
tells
like
Zakra
background smash.
otherwise. Anyway,
I'll never
so
get
yes, Mir just sort of sets his chain down and says, "Found a few interesting things down in the mines and slightly off of the mines, behind doors and seals."
She takes a breath. She looks shaken, and also she is starting to become very, very angry. You don't know anything about what happened.
Then explain it to us. We have the time.
They
Please.
tried to trick us into some kind of deal with them. They wanted. She's faltering. She's faltering hardcore.
They wanted what, Mayor?
Fae only ever want to play with mortals like us. They only ever want to take our souls, take our names.
Bunny, we've met some Fae, and they mostly just seem to want a party.
What?
You're being, of course, completely honest.
It's just saying the
Oh, remember that.
And just
It's
go
true
back
that
home.
they are perhaps a little bit different from us and don't always understand our rules, but they aren't quite as alien as I think you want us to believe.
She
They're
looks
just like anybody else. They like to be in their home residence every now and again.
She looks very nervous. She's kind of looking back and forth between all of you. If we had freed them, they would have killed everyone in this city. Everyone.
says.
They would have killed... They killed Lothran the second they had the chance to.
And what did he do?
He was directing them. He turned his back for 1 minute. And Celisay got her hand free and ripped him apart.
Direct.
Is this the guy who had, like, is this cautionary tale who supposedly claps the mine on himself?
Yep.
Can I tell if she's lying at this point?
I was gonna
She's not
say
lying.
insight check.
Oh.
They would have killed every one of the people here. We had to keep them chained. We had to keep them away from the people so they would not hurt them.
You couldn't just make an agreement that they find the silver and not hurt anybody and, I don't know, take some home with them or something? Why did it go this far?
She just shakes her head. She doesn't know.
Why did it go this far? Mira's, again, looking a little bit like she might cry. She's just
Calm emotion.
shaking with a bit.
Wait a minute.
Can you even cast that?
I gotta check. Have that. I might be
Cast what?
I grew up in this city, proud to be a citizen of Silverhill, proud of our history, of the hard work that went into making this city, and how kind and welcoming its citizens were to my ancestors when they were thrown out of Lothran. I know not every place views Kenku very well. Some of them think us thieves or liars. But here I felt welcome. Here my family could build a future. My grandmother, after everything she'd been through, could have a quiet, happy life. And now I find out that this place was built on these horrible deeds, and you can't even tell me why.
You want to know why? It's so that people like your grandmother could live here. It's so that all the people who do live there could have lives that were rich and free and full of good things. We did this for them.
As we were walking here, I said something. I said that I never believed that the ends justified the means. And, I think I'd be remiss if I pointed out that that's exactly what you're going with right now. So, yeah, I guess now that we're here, I didn't like what I heard. And now I don't like what I'm hearing here either. And so I don't think it matters who's right. I don't care. Save it.
Can Minato, casually, walk around the room and then end up behind the mayor?
Leona's got her eyes on all of you.
While Temp is, talking. And then...
also... Oh.
Go ahead.
Mir says, you take a creature, a free creature that you cage until it dies. Doesn't matter if you gild it with silver. You still killed something for your own damn gain. I don't want to live in a city gilded with lies, no matter how beautiful.
Minato.
Because we want to make amends in whatever way is left.
What do you want from me?
Come with us.
We want you to go to Lothran. We want you to end Celestia's contract and let her go home. We'll go with you, keep you safe. We'll help you negotiate to make sure that Silverhill and its citizens remain safe even as these Fae are let free. But we cannot keep holding them prisoner like this. It's been 300 years. They want to go home.
Persuasion.
Oh, God.
You can do it.
Can I assist?
Don't roll. Don't do it.
I have not let go of the die yet. Yes? What?
Please accept my 18.
I mean, I think I have a -1 modifier.
18's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 17.
No, it's 16 because I have a -2 modifier. Forget just how little charisma I have.
Is there anything about me, assisting that could help?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
She looks at you. She looks around the room. She looks then out the window. And the window is overlooking the city.
I step in front of the window.
Why?
No jumping up for you, I guess.
She wasn't gonna do that. Looks
But I
over the
would have
city.
done.
I feel like that's what Zachro would have done anyway, so...
Until her view is then blocked by a very large orange cat person. Looks down again. Is she going to kill me?
Who knows?
She'll have to go through us first. Or at least she'll have to go through me.
That's not how she worded it, no. But if she does attempt, we will be there.
Does she want revenge on this place?
She wants revenge on the founders.
But not the city.
No.
Did not
not
say
the
the
city.
city, no.
Not the city. It's safe. Silverhill is safe.
Yes.
We will make sure of it.
I will come with you.
Let's go.
That's where we will end for tonight. I will be back in just a moment to chat with you guys. Let me go ahead and outro the stream.
Alright.
A reveal a very long time in coming. Pick a card, he screamed as he died. Alright. Very, very long time in coming. I've been waiting on that for like 3 months. Woo! Also, we got some stuff from Temp. What? Nice. We got some great dialogue from Temp. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle so that, I can chat with Temp's player before he has to scoot. So, I will see you guys on Thursday. Probably gonna be playing some Overwatch, because I really want that goddamn Zen skin. I wish you a very good night.